Hey everyone, it's Jacqueline, JW Van Minimal, and it's been a minute. So, what I finally did was get a tripod. I got a tripod, but it's also a selfie tripod thingy, and I'm just testing it out now. I got it about a week ago, and the weather's been, I hate to complain, but the weather's been horrible. And today was very sunny and beautiful. It's the evening now, it's about 6 p.m. and the sun will be going down in about an hour and a half or so, about 8 o'clock. And I wanted to get this video in because I am walking to my garden plot that I have in the neighborhood, and have my little bag here. Stop and show it to you with my little supplies in there. I also have my mask and my gloves. I always keep that stuff in my bag anyway. My purse, my sanitizer, my gloves, my mask, all of those things in my purse. I also have my garden tools in here, and I'll pull them out when I get to the plot. It's about a 4-block walk from my house, and when I first wanted to do this video, everybody in their entire clan were in my view. Like, I walked past the bus stop, a whole family got off the bus stop, walked up a different block, there's a whole family of people walking with their family. So I wasn't able to pull the video out, but now that I have it out, a couple of statistics. We still know what the situation is going on with, the pandemic. Let me see if I can adjust this. It's irritating me. And I have been in the house for the most part, primarily because of the weather. Now, when the weather is nice and sunny, like yesterday, we had a beautiful day yesterday. I went to a local park not too far from me and my daughter and the grandsons. That's our normal sort of get together. And we had a couple mile walk it's a parkway. Is very beautiful. It's got a little stream, and lots of kids, young people were out on their bikes and exercising and had their hammocks out. So that's what was happening yesterday. And today, this is my real first outing today, because I did go to the grocery store and picked up a couple of things. Seems like whenever I leave the house, that's the only reason I go, is to go to the grocery store, believe me. And now my fridge is full. It doesn't have a lot of meat in it. I've actually reduced my meat intake, and I say meat is really mostly fish. Today I finally bought some chicken stuff that you make like chicken tacos with, because my daughter was making tacos or a taco bowl or something, and I was a copycat. But I won't be making that until tomorrow, the next day, because I have been craving this wonderful mushroom soup that I had years ago. This lady made. I also made some myself. It was decent. It wasn't like hers, but I'm going to be making some mushroom soup. So I had to go to 3 or 4 stores a few days ago to find mushrooms, and I still didn't get the mushrooms I wanted. I really wanted some shiitake mushrooms, and there's these other ones I like. They're kind of meaty, but I ended up only finding baby Bella mushrooms, button mushrooms, and another brand I've never had before. They look interesting, like another mushroom I like. Not a shiitake, but similar to that, the way it's shaped. So I'm going to use those. And it's been 2 or 3 days that I said I was going to make this mushroom soup, and I haven't done it yet. So just in case, I did buy that taco meat stuff that I might prepare, but how you prepare it is you have to have rice with it, and rice is a process for me. So that means I will not be eating tacos, nor will I be making fish, because I had prepared some pasta yesterday with some new kind of pasta noodles that I put together, made with quinoa and corn. It's not bad. So I made like a batch, and that's what I just had. So I already had my dinner for the most part. I might have more of that later, but that's why it's taking me so long to get out of the house. As I mentioned, it was a little sunny out, but that has dissipated. Now, I want to talk about this selfie tripod stick thingy that I'm using. I don't know how to use it. I thought it would help eliminate or reduce the shaking when I'm walking, but that hasn't happened because, as you can see, the video is a little wobbly, and the little thing that holds the tripod together is a little wobbly, and I don't have it like it truly extended. It extends to about 2 feet. I think that's right, 1.5 feet out. That's kind of long to be holding a selfie stick, but I don't want to extend it out that far. I think it tightens up at that point, but there's no purpose for that. It'll be awkward. So I have it all the way pushed in where it's a little bit more stabilized. I hope you guys can hear me because, again, I'm using this selfie stick thingy. But I have it all the way pushed into the shortest possible way. And it's stable, kinda. So that's what's going on. And I want to check it out. So you're going to get this video. And because the weather looked like it's trying to break free, you guys, trying to break free, I am going to post more videos because I like to do mine outside. I'll probably do a couple inside because I am reorganizing the apartment like I said I was. But I'm very meticulous, analytical, procrastinator, whatever you want to call it, before I get things done. So I've already started. Like, the closets were my biggest thing because I'm converting my one closet into an office. And it's like a 3 by good 6 feet, 3 feet deep by 6 feet long closet. So it's long and narrow. And my goal is to set it up. Sorry, I'm not looking at y'all. Let me see if I switch. So my goal is to set that up as an office. I have plenty of room in my studio to just do an alcove for an office, but I'm really thinking that I want to try this situation with having the closet converted into an office. So if I'm not getting up, going to the office to work, especially because of the situation, the crisis we're in right now, I do go to the office on occasion. I went there yesterday to do a little bit of work. And there was one other person there, but pretty much no one has been in the office. And if there is, I'm not there most of the time. The gentleman that was there yesterday, he pretty much goes there on a regular basis because his original employment place is locked down. They're closed. They'll probably open back up next week or the week after because of the ordinances in our community. So he goes pretty much every day and work. But I'll get there once, maybe twice a week if I'm lucky, to do some things, do some work over there, get a change of scenery, especially if the weather's nice, just to get out of the house and do something different, then go to a grocery store. So that's what I've been doing. And when the weather gets, halfway decent, I try to get outdoors. And I always walk, go to like a public park or, what do you call them? Like a creek, like a parkway, because they usually have a creek connected to it, and near the lake, those kind of places. Now, I have to tell you guys, I can walk a good 10 miles with no problem. Like, seriously. I know we're supposed to get those 10,000 steps in, And, well, I'll say 5 miles. I can walk 10 miles too. I've done it. But since the winter, have been getting winded when I walk, which is, I don't know, it's probably normal. Maybe not for me because I'm pretty active for the most part. So that's been bothering me, that I get a little winded walking. Again, for some people it's no big deal to get winded when they walk, but for me it is. Okay, dog. So I mentioned that I am coming over to do a little weeding. Let me see if I can show what's going on here. This is my neighborhood. We have a community garden, so let me just try to pan around for you to see. So about 10 years ago, this was just like a vacant field. It wasn't, used, and our community wanted to start a garden and do some things like that. So I helped get it done, but I never put a garden here. I always intended to. There is another, and it's right next to the freeway. Let me see if I can show you. So there was a piece of land owned by the Department of Transportation right by the freeway. So I helped get this property together, with all the stuff, not the development stuff you see. Like, I was not responsible for helping get the watershed, the cistern. I wasn't responsible for that, but just getting the land and starting to think of it as a community space. So here it is. Do a quick turn. Sorry if I make you dizzy. There's the little shed with a couple of tools, not too many. It needs some work because somebody has to volunteer to maintain the garden. Now, I did tell my neighbor, who is like kind of in charge of it, that I would help try to get it together. But in the meantime, I did get my own plot. So here's my plot. If you want to see that. It's a hot mess. I came over today and just dumped some, I'm going to start doing some composting in my apartment. I'm going to see how that works, you guys. I don't know. Now, I wanted this plot here, but I was told it was occupied by somebody, but I can't tell. This one was occupied by somebody, if you can see that. And I really wanted to be in the sun. I really wanted to be away from the street. So I ended up here because I was told that this one get more sunlight than the others on this side of the field. And I guess these have been commandeered. If you can see it, this little one needs some work, but it has not been commandeered because it's nobody doing anything. Somebody has put their tomato plants. I hope you can see this. I'm turning this away from me. Hope you can hear me okay. Somebody threw some flowers out. So I did tell my neighbor that I would help maintain the garden this year, primarily because of the situation. I'm not as running around as much as I was, and we don't know when everything's going to come back together. So technically, and I garden. Last year I didn't touch a garden. The year before I may not have. The year before that I did have a garden. And I half-assed did it, so it wasn't like it was a wonderful garden, and it was at a beautiful community garden space that we have in the city. The only challenge was it gets filled up really quickly. So this year, for some reason, when I called the director, she told me that all the plots were taken. Now, I cannot vouch that that's the truth, but I'm going to go ahead and take her word for it, and it doesn't matter because I can come and garden at in my own neighborhood. So here's what I brought with me today. Sorry about the sideways thing. I'm getting used to this little tripod thingy. Well, my purse is in there. That's not important. These gloves, and I've had those gloves for 2 years that I was going to use them. I brought 2 pair of gloves for no reason, but I'm going to use this bag as my garden bag. I have these little tools that I usually do my own like household stuff, like when I'm planting plants. This is my payment. What else I got in here? I got some more gloves. I have another pair of gloves like this I use when I'm like going out shopping and stuff. And then just my traditional hand sanitizer and so on and so forth. So that's it. And then we have our little whatever shed. Sorry guys for the cricket. You have to forgive me. So there's the little shed. So the first thing I'm going to do is do some weeding on the garden. Again, let me show it to you what I got to deal with. I'm going to give myself maybe 30 to 45 minutes and see if I get rid of all of those weeds, I'll be able to kind of turn the soil over. Sometime this weekend, I'm going to go and buy some manure and something like that, because I don't know if the other stuff in the shed belongs to anyone, so I don't want to touch that. Now, these are some makeshift compost bins. So I have to see what the gentleman who's like in charge of the garden is going to do. It's a hot mess. I mean, our garden, if you can see that, is not in very good shape. I think last year we neglected it. So I don't want to see this happen again this year. My daughter came by here with me today to check it out, and she was like, well, who's going to cut the grass and who's going to do that? I have no idea, because we're a volunteer neighborhood association. And I don't know, people times is people times. In the beginning, there was a young man with a young family who actually helped do all of this startup stuff. Not the this little shack. We watch movies there in the summer. But he helped get all these little plots built up and all of that. And I don't know what happened to him, because he was like a school teacher or something. Maybe they moved. I haven't seen him. But he used to maintain the garden. And then I heard we had no more people maintaining the garden. So that's what I'm going to do, you guys. Thanks for joining me. This was kind of a long. I hope you enjoyed it. Jacqueline, JW Van Minimal. Like, subscribe, share, comment on my post. I appreciate that. I'm going to be a little bit more active with the weather. Trying to act like it's got some sense. And I will talk to you soon. I will see you guys on the other side. Take care.